Welcome to the OTG halftime show. The Cleveland Cavaliers currently lead the Golden State Warriors 51-43. I'm your host, Nick Fay. With me tonight, John Ello and Corey Waldron. What's up, guys?
Yo, what's going on?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Nothing much, guys. Just enjoying this finals, game 3. Big game for the Cavs. What's your initial reaction in the first half?
Well, I mean, it kind of shows you how dangerous Cleveland is when they have someone else besides LeBron doing something. Kyrie had a nice half, 19 points, 4 assists. He's got to keep that up because they're only up 8, and Steph Curry had a horrible half. I feel like Golden State's going to make a big run in the second half, and they're going to take the lead just because Cleveland. I'm not confident that they started off the game really strong, which is what you got to do against Golden State. Because if you can kind of give yourself some leeway, you can kind of, I guess, just kind of keep your confidence high and things like that. But it's because you know that Golden State's going to make some runs, and I just feel like they gotta get into an offensive rhythm like they did in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's very true. They definitely got to get things going, and if Kyrie can stay hot, that'll definitely help. And I feel like the Cavs, they came out with a lot more energy in the first quarter, but in that second quarter, they didn't execute as well.
I mean, I love Tristan Thompson. That was some great work on the offensive glass all first half.
Yeah, he definitely gives them the extra energy. Getting that extra possession helps so much. Who do you think was the best player in the first half for both teams?
Um, for Cleveland, I think Kyrie having 19 points was crucial. I think he really feeds off the crowd, and it just seems like he's so much better at home. And I think for Golden State, I think Klay Thompson was the best. He had that injury, that contusion, and he can't. It seems like as soon as he came back in the game, he played well, and I think he realizes it just seems like whenever Steph is out of the game for whatever reason, I think Klay knows that he has to step his game up, and he takes it upon himself to play better. So I like the way Klay played in that first half.
Yeah, definitely agree about Kyrie. He definitely showed that aggressiveness. He crossed off both Splash Brothers. And for the Warriors, I like the way Draymond Green stepped up. You know, Steph, like you said, I don't think he scored until like the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. So Draymond Green was able to get some things going for offense, and when Klay was out as well.
I mean, I know Richard Jefferson only scored 5 points, but like I just love the energy that he brought to that starting lineup to start off the game. He had that three where he was, pumping his, flexing or whatever after he hit it. I mean, like, I just love like the energy of that.
Yeah, he definitely brings some nice intensity. He's also a smart basketball player. He's made some headsy plays on the court. So, I mean, they definitely lose a lot with losing Kevin Love, but Richard Jefferson is a nice player.
Well, I think RJ is the kind of guy that fit. I mean, obviously, I think for the future, because I don't give them really any shot of winning this series, but for the future, that's the kind of guy that they need in that starting lineup. Is kind of like a glue guy who can hit some threes. He's also a great defender, and RJ is kind of like an older, watered-down version of that. But I think he fits in really well with the starting lineup. And it's a shame that the Cavs don't have someone better than him because I think that would make him a really dangerous team. But yeah, I agree, Corey. He had a really good half. And he does a lot of things that you don't really show up on the stat sheet. But he's just a really incremental player to that team.
Yeah, his versatility definitely helps him out. Who do you
I
think
know
was?
reminded you of those New Jersey days, Nick.
Yeah, and he's got that finals experience. But who's been the worst player for both teams in the first half?
I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, if I could just say a multitude of players, it's basically the whole Cavs bench. Dellavedova, no points. Shumpert, no points. Fry, no points. Granted, they only played about 5 minutes between the three of them each. But, it seems like whenever they take that starting lineup out and they try to rely on their bench, that's when Golden State started to make the runs. And, LeBron can't play the entire second half. These guys got to step up. I was kind of hoping Fry would have a big series. I just don't feel like they're playing him in the proper – I don't feel like Ty Lue's playing him in the proper situations.
Yeah, Fry definitely hasn't been that great, and I would agree with that. He hasn't got enough looks where he could be successful. And Amon Shumpert, he had a few plays where he tried to do it himself, and it just looked terrible. I think he ended up turning over the ball and then just missed completely bad on the jump shot. But So the Cavs bench definitely needs to step up.
I mean, for me, I didn't think LeBron played all that great of a half. I mean, he wasn't very efficient around the hoop, personally.
Yeah, no, he's yet. We've talked about this off the show, but LeBron still has another level to hit, and he hasn't hit it yet. He's usually finishing these shots around the rim. He's really strong and physical, but now it looks like he's almost trying to draw contact instead of just going up strong and trying to finish over somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just like compared to last year, it's like night and day. And he was just dominating the finals last year, and this year it's weird to see him in this state because he hasn't really had a footprint on any of the games. He's just kind of been there. So I'm kind of like you guys. I'm waiting for him to step it up. Hopefully he does in the second half because they're going to need it to win the game.
Yeah, I feel like the Warriors have done a great job against him in the paint. Like Draymond Green, I feel like is killing LeBron if you look at the numbers one on one. But if the Cavs want to keep this lead and win, what do they have to do?
Well, I think keeping letting Kyrie just I mean it's hard. I'm not big on letting Kyrie just sit and pick and rolls. I think Golden State's defense is just too good for that, and I think Steph, people say he's a bad defender, but he's a pretty good defender. But he's in foul trouble, so they could use that to their advantage. But I'd like to see Cleveland switch up their lineups a little bit. I was talking to Parth before the podcast, and I think Cleveland needs to start Channing Frye. Even though Thompson played well, I'd like to see him start Channing Frye instead. That way they could drag Bogut out of the paint and stretch the floor, and then Thompson come off the bench and give them a lot of energy. I don't think they'll do that, but I just think they need something else because I think what they're doing right now, even though they had the lead, I don't think it's enough to win the game.
I think the only way the Cavs are going to win the game is if they come out with the type of energy they came out with to start the game. And they played defense like that for the whole entire second half. They were aggressive. They were on them, hands up, tight in their face. They didn't allow them to get the passes off. But see, I mean, I definitely think they should play Fry more, but I don't know about taking out Thompson just because he's been so efficient and he's getting all those offensive rebounds and he's really working. That physical presence is having an impact on the Warriors.
Yeah, for me, I just worry about if they can keep up with the Warriors. The Warriors bench has been crucial this entire series so far. Guys like Barbosa and Livingston. I mean, most beats hit the first three of the game for the Warriors. I mean, when's the last time that happened in the game? That entire team is just rolling on all cylinders. And the fact of the matter is, the Cavs just aren't deep. The Warriors have, the 8, 9 deep. And when you take out LeBron or Kyrie, they stagger.
Yeah, you can't expect Curry as well to have a bad second half like he did in the first. He's going to score more points. So the Cavs definitely are going to have to do something. If the Warriors want to take the lead and win this game and go up 3-0, what do they have to do?
I think just finding a way. Honestly, I don't know if Golden State really has to do much else other than what they've been doing because I think eventually, I would just stick to what they've done the whole series. I wouldn't switch anything up. I think just find a way to get Steph going. I think as long as he's on the floor and he's not in foul trouble, I think he'll start hitting some shots. Cleveland has done a good job on him. But and they've done a decent job on Clay too. But covering those guys so tough, it's going to open up spots for other Golden State Warriors players, and that's why Draymond had some big games. So I feel like just stick to the game plan if you're Golden State, and I think they can definitely come out with a win. They're only down 8 points, and we've been talking about, Steph had such a bad half, and Draymond didn't put up a lot of points, even though he had some assists and some rebounds.
Yeah, I think the Warriors just need to stay patient and run their offense like they've been doing in Game 1 and Game 2. If they can hit some of those tough shots, I think the Cavs have showed in this series they're not mentally tough. And in the second half of Game 1 and Game 2, they kind of just let it go. The Warriors started to get that big lead, and they kind of gave up. So if the Warriors stay patient, they're eventually going to hit their shots. And as soon as they get that lead or make that run, it looks like the Cavs will probably crumble. So they just got to stay true to themselves.
Yeah, it's like you guys said. I mean, guys like Curry and Thompson, they can only stay contained for so long. And as long as your bench keeps you in it, you're pretty much right where you want to be, down by less than 10 at the half.
So the big question, who wins this game?
I think Cleveland pulls it out, but I think it's going to be really tight towards the end. They just got to get – I mean, having no points from your bench players is just – I mean, there's no excuse for that in the finals. You're not going to win. You just got to hope that one of these guys gets going off the bench. But I think Cleveland's going to win in a tight game.
Yeah, I picked the Cavs before. They made me look terrible. I'm going to go with them the third time. If they lose this time, I'm not picking them again. So I think Cleveland needs this game. LeBron needs this game because I feel like if they don't win this game, they'll probably get swept. So it's important for the Cavs to pull this one out.
I feel like I keep saying this, but I'm pretty much just waiting to see LeBron turn it up another level. So I'm going to say he turns it up in the second half and they win the game.
Yeah, well, let's hope the Cavs do get the win because I know we all want to see more basketball. But that wraps it up for this show. Thanks everybody for listening and enjoy the rest of the game.